At 79 years old, Sylvester Stallone still looks like a man carved out of iron. His shoulders are wide, his skin firm, and his eyes carry that same rocky fire that first appeared nearly 50 years ago. Most men at this age are slowing down, surrendering to aches, medication, and fatigue. Stallone refuses. He's not surviving. He's thriving. He still trains, still creates, still pushes his body like it's built for war. No cosmetic tricks, no shortcuts. Just an unbreakable discipline forged from decades of understanding one truth. The body ages when the mind gives permission, and you'll be shocked when we reveal what he tells himself every night before going to sleep. It's the same line he's lived by for 40 years, and it explains exactly how he stayed this unstoppable. A routine built like a machine. Every morning, before the rest of the world has even stirred, Stallone is already in motion. His day begins at 4:45 a.m., not with an alarm blaring through the darkness, but with the soft chime of his sleep-tracking ring. 7 hours of deep rest confirmed. Mission complete. He keeps his room cool, around 66 degrees, with blackout curtains drawn tight. The first thing he does is drink a tall glass of mineral water, 300 milliliters, to replace what his body lost overnight. No coffee yet, no rush. Just calm, deliberate hydration. He takes 5 deep diaphragmatic breaths, filling his chest, expanding his ribs, letting oxygen flood his blood. It's not meditation. It's a signal to his nervous system that the day has started. Only then does he touch his French press coffee. Coarse ground Ethiopian beans, 4 minutes steeped, black and bitter, no sugar, no cream. While the coffee brews, he moves through joint mobility work, hip circles, wall slides, plank to pike transitions. The man who once tore his rotator cuff and bulged his spine now treats mobility as religion. "You oil the machine before the race," he once said, "not after it breaks down." Then, with caffeine finally hitting his bloodstream, he cracks open the patio door. Dawn light spills across the floor, turning the tiles gold. He stands barefoot, letting the first rays hit his face. It's not superstition, it's biology. That light halts melatonin, boosts dopamine, and sets the clock for the rest of the day. He takes one sip from his steel cup and whispers, "Time to go to work." The garage gym ritual. The air in Stallone's home gym is cold, 60 degrees by design. The smell of iron and rubber fills the space. He believes cool air forces better circulation, keeps focus sharp, and builds resilience. He begins with a warm-up he calls oiling the joints. 8 minutes of band work, scapular pulls, and hip openers. Every muscle is woken up, every joint respected. Pain isn't toughness, he says, it's a teacher. Then comes the main course. Heavy incline dumbbell presses paired with weighted pull-ups and deficit push-ups on parallel bars. No endless reps, no ego lifting. Every movement is deliberate, slow, and controlled. 30 seconds between rounds, heart pounding, breath steady. He doesn't count reps, he counts quality. The veins across his forearms swell like cords of steel. He exhales, racks the weights, nods once and mutters, "Round 1 done." Between sets, he drinks water with a pinch of Himalayan salt, keeping electrolytes balanced. No colored drinks, no powders, just simple minerals. 45 minutes later, the workout is finished. Fast, intense, efficient. He rolls his back on a foam cylinder, opens the patio again, and lets the morning light pour in as recovery begins. The fighter's breakfast. Breakfast isn't comfort, it's calculation. He sits at a small kitchen counter, a handwritten note card titled "Enemies List" taped to the cabinet. At the top, circled in red, are the words, "Refined sugar." On the table, 5 egg whites and 1 whole egg for protein, a cup of oatmeal stirred with cinnamon, and a handful of blueberries for antioxidants. The meal is identical to what he ate during Rocky IV. He says it keeps his energy stable, his digestion smooth, and his mind razor sharp. He doesn't add milk, doesn't drizzle honey. Every ingredient has a reason, every bite a purpose. "Eat for function," he once said, "not comfort." By the time most people are waking up, he's already eaten, showered, and moved through his first training session. Now comes the second phase, his mental work. Micro workouts, macro discipline. Stallone doesn't believe in sitting still. Between writing scripts, meetings, and editing sessions, he sprinkles small bursts of movement throughout the day. Every hour on the hour, he does something. 30 seconds of battle rope slams, 15 kettlebell swings, or a quick round on the heavy bag. These micro workouts keep his blood flowing, his metabolism high, and his focus sharp. He calls them creative resets. They help him think, they help him write, and they stop the body from slipping into laziness. A stagnant body makes a stagnant mind, he says. By noon, his heart rate has spiked a dozen times, his metabolism burning like a furnace. Lunch. Power in simplicity. At noon sharp, Stallone eats again. Grilled wild salmon with olive oil, quinoa mixed with lemon zest and parsley, and bright green steamed broccoli. No salt, no sauces, no fried oils. Just clean food, full of life. He eats slowly, chewing each bite, breathing between forkfuls. He believes digestion begins in the mind. If you eat fast, you confuse your body. He doesn't scroll through his phone or check messages. Lunch is sacred. When the plate is empty, he reviews the second item on his enemies list, white flour. Bagels, pizza, pretzels, pasta, he gave them up decades ago. He remembers how they made him sluggish, bloated, and foggy during script writing. Once he cut them, his energy and focus returned overnight. If he craves pasta now, he makes it from lentils. If he wants a sandwich, he wraps turkey slices in collard greens. He's not chasing nostalgia, he's chasing vitality. The 7 foods he never touches. Sylvester Stallone's discipline extends to what never crosses his plate. 7 foods have been permanently banned from his diet. He calls them aging accelerators. Refined sugar tops the list. He hasn't eaten candy or dessert in 40 years. It's the fastest road to fatigue, inflammation, and dull skin. Next, white flour, the ghost hiding in most breads and pastries. It kills your focus, he says. Third, trans fats and hydrogenated oils found in fried and processed foods. They gum up your blood, make you slow. Fourth, deep-fried junk, the kind everyone eats for comfort. He swapped fries for baked sweet potatoes and never looked back. Fifth, processed meats like sausages and bacon. He calls them fake protein. Sixth, sugary drinks, sodas, flavored coffees, even fruit juices. All gone. And seventh, excess alcohol. He'll share a small glass of red wine on a special night, but never daily. Nothing that dulls the edge, he says. I need that edge. He follows these rules with militant precision. There's no cheat day, no just one slice. For Stallone, each forbidden food is a punch he refuses to take. Afternoon heat and ice. Around 2 o'clock, Stallone heads to his backyard where sunlight bounces off the pool tiles. He straps on a 20-pound weighted vest and begins climbing concrete steps he built himself. 30 seconds up, 30 seconds down for 20 minutes straight. His breathing grows heavy, sweat rolls down bronze skin, but he doesn't stop. Keep moving, he says between breaths. Motion is medicine. Afterward, he walks barefoot through the grass, heart slowing, lungs steady. He drinks water, heads upstairs, and lowers himself into a commercial-grade ice bath. 48 degrees Fahrenheit. 3 minutes. The shock is brutal, but that's the point. His skin turns crimson, dopamine spikes, and inflammation melts away. He steps into a warm shower to balance his circulation, feeling his body recharge from within. Pain is temporary, he says. Regret is permanent. Evening fuel and family time. Dinner is family time. No screens, no distractions. The menu is simple. Grass-fed flank steak cooked in cast iron, roasted Brussels sprouts with garlic, and a beet carrot salad tossed in apple cider vinegar. He eats slowly, laughing with his daughters, talking about projects and ideas. No scrolling, no interruptions. He believes food tastes better when shared, and family connection is the real nutrient that keeps him alive. After dinner, the house quiets down. Lights dim, music softens, and he stretches under the gentle glow of infrared panels. 15 minutes of hip and back stretches, his way of repairing decades of damage from fight scenes and stunts. Then comes journaling. 1 page of gratitude, 1 page of creative thought. He calls it mental groceries, feeding the mind with reflection before rest. By 8:45 p.m., the house is silent. The room is cool again, dark, with only the faint hum of an air conditioner. He drinks 1 more glass of water and slips under the sheets. The ring on his finger will measure his heart rate and recovery overnight. Data will guide tomorrow's training, but his secret isn't in technology. It's in his mindset. The nighttime philosophy. Before he closes his eyes, Stallone repeats the same line he's been saying for years. You don't get another round. It's not a slogan. It's truth. Every day, he treats his life like a boxing match with time itself. No rematches, no do-overs, no excuses. You fight, you adapt, and you show up again tomorrow. He believes that aging isn't a curse. It's a choice. You can let the years define you, or you can define what those years mean. He chose to keep fighting. The lesson in his legacy: Stallone's body is proof that aging is less about luck and more about loyalty to your body, your habits, and your purpose. He doesn't believe in motivation. He believes in systems. He doesn't rely on willpower. He relies on structure. He wakes up at the same time, eats the same foods, trains the same way, and never breaks his rules. He isn't chasing youth, he's mastering it. And that's what makes him different. It's not the muscles, not the fame. It's that every decision from his first sip of water to his last thought at night is made with precision and purpose. If a 79-year-old man can still look 45 by living this way, what excuse do the rest of us have? It's not about perfection. It's about persistence. You don't need millions or movie sets. You just need discipline, sunlight, and the courage to start. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, don't hit snooze. Drink water first, take 10 breaths, step outside and feel the light hit your face. Start your day the way Stallone does, with movement, not hesitation. Because the real fight isn't against age, it's against comfort. And as Stallone proves every single day, comfort is the first thing that makes you old. If this inspired you, wait till you see our next story about another Hollywood legend who's rewriting time itself